everybody. Welcome to InvestED. I'm Danielle Town. I was quite struck last week by our conversation about a company that made a big change, and it sort of felt like it came out of nowhere. Maybe to the people in the company it didn't at all, but to an outside person seemed to be a big shock. And I randomly read a headline that said, Lululemon, as you know, one of my favorite companies, Lululemon has changed their lifetime warranty on their products to only a year. And I was like, oh, that sounds terrible. And a sign that maybe they're not standing behind their quality the way that they used to. And they've had quality issues. There was the infamous see-through stretchy pants debacle, where people had to go and exchange their see-through stretchy pants for some that were less see-through. And they very much stood behind their product in that situation. So that headline gave me pause. Very negative. And then I started looking at, okay, what companies are out there that still have lifetime warranties? And this is where investing practice can go. Is it just like one little thought, oh, I'll just search for lifetime warranty companies, and the internet is amazing and gave me multiple different lists of companies that still have lifetime warranties. And then, of course, because it's the internet and it is as reliable as we know it is, I then went to a couple of company websites to check out if they actually have a lifetime warranty, and they pretty much don't. It was like quite surprising to me. So if you want to follow what I did, essentially just search lifetime warranty companies, look at some lists. One of them that came up was Aldi, which is a grocery store. Unfortunately for us, privately held. But Aldi has a very strong guarantee, they call it. And essentially, if you bring in a product you're unhappy with, depending on which country you're in, they have various responses, but in the US, it looks like they'll actually give you 2 replacements to essentially say sorry for the trouble. So that's pretty good. And Aldi is known for low prices, good service, so that makes a lot of sense. Another one was Doc Martens, which are having a massive resurgence. And for those of us millennials who grew up with Doc Martens being the coolest of the cool, and then we had to get away from them, and now they're cool again. It's a transition, but they're definitely cool again. And they apparently have a lifetime warranty on a lot of their shoes, not all of them. So I went to the website, and it says roughly that it depends which shoe you buy, and it has to say on it that this is one of the ones with the lifetime warranty. And then they're obviously not going to fix it if it's because, you put it under a train track and it got run over. But generally they're going to decide if it's something to do with the shoe. They will cover failures of it. So that seems cool and reasonable. And by the way, Dr. Martens, the company, is publicly traded, which I had no idea about. Never occurred to me to even look that up. Small brand like that, but it's a British heritage brand, and they trade under AGM, the London Stock Exchange. So that was something that actually turned into a company that maybe I could look at and that maybe I could buy. That could be a really good thing to check into. I understand shoes. I know a lot about Doc Martens because I've had them since I was about 10 years old. So that's an interesting one. Then there were also, I noticed on these lists, a lot of sort of casual references to a few American clothing brands, particularly LL Bean and Eddie Bauer, and how they have these amazing warranties. I went to both of their websites and checked out their guarantee/warranty, and it's limited now. It is not a lifetime warranty anymore. It's a year, it's 60 days, depending on what it is. You have to have a receipt. Then I thought of Patagonia, which has an incredible guarantee on all of their products. And the way they handle it is you bring something in, you don't get a replacement necessarily. You get a repair, which I think cuts down on the scams that come into those stores, because when you look at the changes to these warranties and guarantees, I think that they're not maybe actually responses to the quality of the product. I think they might be responses to the quality of the consumer and the number of people who come in with something that they treated badly or messed up or, spilled red wine on, and they want a replacement. And if you have a full-on lifetime guarantee, no questions asked, yeah, you have to give them a replacement, but that's a complete ripoff for the company. And as an owner or potential owner of a company like that, I would not want to be providing those people with a replacement product. That's a waste of our money, in my opinion. So what seemed to me to initially be an extremely negative piece of information about Lululemon might actually just be a response to its market and how its market was abusing the warranty that they had. So what they still have now is a year-long warranty, and then they'll decide, basically, if they should give you a replacement or not. But I would hope that we see companies more along the lines of the Patagonia model, where they genuinely will repair it and they try to do it locally. I got a pair of sort of like thick, long underwear, and there was a rip in the seam after one wash, which is not Patagonia. It's not any good quality. So I took it into the store expecting, I had never gone through an issue with Patagonia before. So I took it into the store knowing they had this guarantee, and I expected, and I did this in Zurich. So what I expected was that they would say, okay, we're going to take these and we're going to mail them to California, and they will either fix them or they'll give you a replacement pair, and we'll let you know in 3 or 4 weeks what happens. Well, that did not happen. What happened was that the lovely lady said, oh yeah, I'll fix those for you. I'll just sew it here in the shop. And I said, you have a sewing machine in the shop? And she said, yeah, we have one downstairs because we repair our products. I was like, oh my God, okay. Well, so will it be ready in, how many weeks? And she said, oh, no, it'll be ready tomorrow. I'll do it tonight. Now, maybe this is Zurich. It's a small store, but I was blown away. And then on top of that, and this is probably just due to her being wonderful, but I'll give Patagonia credit as well. She then personally dropped them off at my house because it turns out that she actually lived near me and it was on her way home. How unbelievably sweet and just amazing service is that? So I think about that regularly when I'm looking to buy things. I'm like, well, if I buy Patagonia, I know they're going to stand behind it. And again, I think they can do that because they are so sustainable with their repair program rather than replacements. So I suppose what I'm saying is that consumers generally might be abusing our wonderful companies, and we should maybe give them a little more credit. That's an odd conclusion. I'm not sure I fully stand behind it, but we'll leave it there on this little InvestED short episode here. And the two of us will be back next week. So enjoy your investing practice. I hope this gave you some food for thought and maybe a few starting places if you're looking for somewhere to wander. Enjoy. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Hi guys, thanks for listening to InvestED. If you enjoyed this episode and you want more information or to listen to additional episodes, visit our website at investedpodcast.com and sign up for my virtual workshop right there. Spots are definitely limited for this event. I'm not kidding, they really are. They sell out very quickly. So everything discussed on this podcast, by the way, is either my opinion or it's Danielle's opinion. And really important, it's not to be taken as investing advice because I am not your financial advisor, nor have I considered your personal situation as your fiduciary. So remember that. You're on your own here. This podcast is for your entertainment and education only, and I really hope you enjoyed it.